Hi there, this is Diane, one of 5 awesome optimists. I wish you could smell this. Oh my goodness. This is a little piece of a honeysuckle bush that's in my front yard. And every time I walk out, it just wafts over to me and just fills me with delight. Next to that, there's lavender. And lavender, fresh lavender, oh my goodness, it just smells so divine. And this week, like every other week, I've experienced the whole range of all kinds of smells. Smells from outside, smells from inside, smells from my hair, smells from food, smells from people. And consider this, on the whole scale of optimism, from birth until death, think about what a brand new baby smells like and what a dead person might smell like. It has been proven that homes that smell like fresh baked cookies, vanilla, or fresh baked bread sell faster. Isn't that something? And when I walk into a home and you can smell a barbecue, or you can smell just the smells of cooking, oh my gosh, doesn't that just excite you to make your little tail wag? Well, I remember also on the other side of that, smells that really gross us out and offend us and make us feel anything but optimistic. I had in my classroom one time a student who smelled so bad that the other students they couldn't even learn. That's how bad the smell was. And if you've ever been around somebody who has terrible BO, you know what I'm talking about. You can't hear anything they're saying because you're just about ready to throw up about how bad they smell. I remember mentioning that I had seen the movie, that new movie with Mickey Rourke, and it's the Ironman 2, and his character is so gross, and you just imagine how disgusting he smells because his hair is all greasy and his teeth are all ugh. And there's actually been a study recently that having a room that smells clean actually makes the people who were in the study more generous and more willing to volunteer, which those things are also linked with optimism. So it's nothing really to sniff at. Very, very important. So I had a couple of tips for you to help your house smell nice and have you smell nice, have your car smell nice. And so here we go. I guess I've got a quick one for body odor. Sometimes if you notice it on yourself, you're like, oh my gosh, how long have I been smelling like this? Other people were smelling it probably a long time before you were. So make sure that doesn't happen by making sure that you clean every single day and making sure that for the parts of your body that are especially smelly that you use an antibacteria. I have tried lots of different things. I've tried that little crystal rock. I've tried baking soda. I've tried all kinds of things, and the one that I am the most happy with is this called Betadine, and it's actually a surgical scrub. It's kind of hard to see that, but I actually have one for traveling, one for in the bathroom, and then one for when I'm refilling it. So you can get it. This is like a gallon, and your local pharmacy, your hospital, you can probably get that, but it does last a long time. You just put that in, it's a soap. Make sure you get the soap, not the regular solution for when you're, it's great for cuts and everything too. It just cuts bacteria. That's where the smell comes from, is from bacteria that's growing. So if you just are using soap and water, you'll find that you'll still smell until you get rid of that bacteria. We'll be doing the world and you a big favor. So then once you've taken your little shower or your bath, you can follow up with this is just one kind of many. There's 2 things. One's called a deodorant and one's an antiperspirant. This is actually both antiperspirant and deodorant, and I always recommend unscented. Because, if you smell nice and someone says, wow, you smell nice, what's that? And you're like, that's my deodorant. Isn't that embarrassing? So, a nice cologne that smells nice, a nice light perfume. So many people get headaches of other people's perfumes and colognes that in some of the conferences I've been to, some church congregations, they ask people not to wear your fragrances so heavily, because some people actually have to wear like a mask because they just can't handle the other smells. I mean, I know even for myself, when I start feeling gross or dirty or just disgusting, I know that when I take a shower, when I take a bath, when I get all clean, I feel more optimistic about everything in life. So this student that I had who smelled so badly, I didn't want to single her out at all. So I just gave a general lesson about hygiene the next day. And if this sounds like it's way too elementary, believe me, it's not. This is still a concern today. Why? Because everybody sweats. Everybody has bacteria. Everybody doesn't brush their teeth all the time. If you smelled somebody who has bad breath, oh my word, it's terrible, but you can remember that, can't you? So there are things that you can do to make sure that your breath isn't bad by, first of all, eating healthy, and then I'm not just talking about like eating onion, actually eating healthy. The more herb type products that you eat, the more green your diet is, the better your breath smells. But if you do eat lots of meat and you do eat foods that smell, you can make your breath smell better by making sure that you floss and making sure that you brush your teeth and use a nice little minty mouthwash without alcohol. Also in your home, there's this, I don't know if you have these where you live, but these are very, very popular here. They're called these reed diffusers. This one is pomegranate citrus and one of my favorites. It's just so clean. And they're so easy. You just take them and put them together and flip them over, and it goes up and wafts out into the area, so that when you walk in the room, if you do this every day or every other day, it just makes the place smell so nice. Your car, I know you've been in people's cars that don't smell good. Now obviously you don't want to just do something to cover it. If there's something that you can do to stop the odor, like really, give it a nice cleaning or whatever. There was a whole episode of Seinfeld where somebody who had terrible body odor drove his car and he never could get rid of the smell, and it is no laughing matter, believe me. But anyway, so I just was thinking the whole range of smells and what that has to do with being optimistic. I think people who I've noticed who are very anti-optimistic or who are downright pessimistic have a whole look about them, and also a smell that they're just not clean. If you happen to be one of those people who really struggles with body odor, I don't think anybody who has body odor really wants to have it, but believe me, it's a public service for everyone around you if you have body odor. Smells can really ignite lots of powerful emotions from people, so you got to be careful how you smell and how others might perceive your smell. There are people who get headaches and who have to wear a mask because so many people have different fragrances. But everything on you think about, everything has a smell, like your hairspray, your shampoos, your lotions, your lipsticks, your makeup. So those kinds of things, try to make sure they don't have added fragrances to them. And so that's my suggestion today, is to smell great and surround yourself with things that smell great. Your car, your home, your gardens, because when you feel wonderful, when you're clean, you can't help but have an optimistic outlook on life. I'm Diane, one of 5 awesome optimists.